Merry Christmas! Now, if you've seen my review of Soul Eater, you know I love Halloween. But there's one thing I love more, it's Christmas. And I'm all set for it. I've disposed of my traditional white shirt that I started using only a couple months after doing these reviews for a festive jumper. Not the most festive of colours, but hey, it's a Christmas movie. I've also draped some lights over the back of this bookcase. And I apologise if the blinking annoys you, I'm still trying to figure out what the different settings are. And I have a tree! When I can be bothered to get out the attic. For as much as I love Christmas, there's one thing that does feel like it drags the experience down. And that's people posting how many days it is till Christmas outside of December. I'm sorry, this is a real pet peeve. And I know people aren't really celebrating Christmas in October. Nobody's that stupid, presumably. No, you do it to annoy me. And it works. But you're taking the holiday I love and you're making it be associated with something that annoys me. Why would you do that? Why would you ruin Christmas? It's fucking Christmas! And I don't care how many sleeps it is till Christmas in November. The holiday doesn't start until the first door of the advent calendar opens. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a shark? Frostbite. Should have gone Power Rangers. Anyway, going back to the subject of people determined to dilute my favourite holiday, the poster child they seem to have chosen is Buddy the Elf. Because you're not content of ruining my favourite holiday, but also one of my favourite Christmas films. I see how it is. Well, since it is December 1st when I'm recording this, and I actually waited until midnight before I put on the jumper and started recording, and put up the lights, I might be insane. I can't think of a better way of kicking off the month of December than by talking about Elf. Elf tells the story of Buddy, a tiny baby who crawled into Santa's sack from an orphanage and got taken to the North Pole by mistake. Being the responsible adult he is, Santa immediately sets about trying to find this child's home. After all, he probably has parents that are desperately looking. Nah, I'm kidding, they keep the kid. Though to be fair, Santa does have to visit a lot of homes. I don't think he could really nail down where exactly this baby came from. But don't worry, Bob Newhart Elf is there to take him in because he's always wanted a son. Now fully grown up into Will Ferrell, Buddy heads off to New York City to try and find his birth parents and maybe, just maybe, spread that holiday cheer. Here's the thing, Elf's not really a standout movie. You got all the basic elements there. I mean, you got like the callbacks to the Rankin Bass stuff, you've got, you know, Santa and his elves, you have the grumpy guy who just does against the spirit of things, but he learns the spirit of holidays by the end of the entire film. It just feels like a very standard Christmas film in a lot of ways. I mean, the moral is just basically people are grumpy about Christmas and through Buddy they'll learn to love the holidays. It's just kind of it's a very basic Christmas message. I mean, you watch Home Alone, for example, that takes the Christmas message and incorporates it into the stories of the characters, both in how Kevin acts and how his mum acts. In essence, the message of the film becomes the emotional core of the entire Home Alone experience. With Elf, it's more of an afterthought and it feels like it's put there because that's what you do with a Christmas film. You have a message. Hell of a Die Hard had the same message as Home Alone, because once again, Christmas film. Oh, and yes, it does have the gun on the back. So, standard film. There's not really much I can say that's bad about it, but there's not anything I can say that's good about it either. It's just a standard film. It's a very solid structure. I can't praise it, but I can't insult it either. It just comes out to a 5 out of 10 if it was for one special element. Buddy the Elf, played by Will Ferrell. This movie belongs to Will. He just oozes this just joy whenever he's on screen. I don't think any other actor could have managed to get this similar performance. It's not like, oh, just put Jim Carrey in there, he can overact and sell it like a cartoon. No, it's this very special type of childlike wonder to his portrayal that really does make this the film that everybody keeps referencing outside of December. And it's easy to see why. We want to be this happy about the holiday. We want to be this happy about Christmas. It just kind of feels like that's the spirit that everybody idolizes and wants to have at this time of year. All in all, the film comes out to a 6 out of 10. However, I know that sounds like a low score, but here's the thing about my scoring. My scoring isn't how I feel about a film. It's just a score based on what I think works and doesn't, purely from an analytical standpoint. The score is nothing but a mathematical equation for me to say how good a film is. But as for how much I like a film, that's a different matter entirely. That needs an entirely different scale. I might have something worked up for next year, maybe. I love this film. I watch it every year. As soon as I'm done recording, I'm probably going to have to watch this again a couple more times. Which is what I would say if I wasn't so busy watching all this shit. So yeah, highly recommend Elf. Definitely check it out if you want a film that gives you that special feeling of childlike wonder at Christmas, because let's be real here for a sec. The world kind of sucks. It's not a cruel place. It just doesn't give a shit. Kindness goes unrewarded. The evil constantly get rewarded. And this weird baby man is somehow access to nukes. At times it feels like the world is unfair. But hopefully at this time of year, when everyone's low on money, we can find some time to just enjoy what Christmas is supposed to be about. So when you're driving home from your 9 to 5, just take a minute to take in the scenery as you drive home. People have got the lights up, kids are running around, talking about what they want for Christmas. Everything's wrapped up in festive packaging. People are being more generous at this time of year than any other time. Seeing family and friends that you haven't seen for an entire year because you're a weird antisocial misfit. And if we can find that Christmas joy, maybe, just maybe the world will seem a little bit brighter. I don't give a damn if that sounds cheesy. I'm standing here in a Christmas sweater with a yellow shirt underneath. I've got lights up in the background. Come on, I'm embracing the spirit. And if you don't see any of my other reviews this month, I wish you and yours a Merry, Merry Christmas. Or Happy Holidays, if that's what you're into. I don't give a damn. Whatever makes you happy. And what makes me happy is Michael Caine singing with a frog. Let's go. Come on, let's go. I got more films to review this month.